dated this girl named Laura Smith, and it was the first love of my life, and I never felt so amazing in my entire life. It was the summer year of my senior year of high school, so I just graduated, and it was the summer year, and if there was ever such a thing as heaven, that's it. If there is a heaven, and I go to heaven, I want it to be that time with Laura Smith forever. So when I see somebody who is in love at the age of 16, 17, and 18, and they tell me how much they love their girlfriend, it really makes me feel amazing because it makes me remember Laura Smith. And because I think people, when they're 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, I don't think they understand that it's not stupid, and it's not silly. Because, I'm 45 years old now, and the most amazing time in my entire life was with Laura Smith when I just graduated high school. So, what you have now, if you're in love with somebody and you're 16, 17, 18 years old, you need to just live in it. Really fully, experience it. Because, if you get caught up with stupid shit and you don't allow yourself to, really fully visualize it and be in it, then, you're going to regret it and you're going to miss out on something, and don't let your parents get in your way, I had somebody message me this morning. I have a lot of people messaging me in the morning. And it was this girl, she got, her mother didn't like the fact that she was dating somebody. And it caused a huge problem between her and her mother. And it was never healed again. And it was so stupid, and it was just like, why can't parents just be okay with things? I always say, if what you're doing isn't causing suffering to other people, and what you're doing isn't causing suffering to yourself, then it's okay to do it. And no one should tell you how to be, or what to do, or you should break up with your girlfriend, you should break up with your boyfriend, or any of these things. Because that's what your parents want. That's their expectations. That's their fears. That's their desires. It has nothing to do with you. Especially if the person that you're with isn't causing you to suffer or make terrible choices in life. If you're just in love and your parents don't like their personality, or don't like the fact that you're gay, or don't like any of this stupid ass shit, it's that's not unconditional love. Unconditional love is when somebody loves you no matter what, as long as you're not causing anyone else to suffer, or you're not causing yourself to suffer. It's to not have any expectations from a person. It's to just love them and be with them as they are, and be there with them through the process of their life, and guide them and be there for them and listen to them. Because if you're not listening, your teenager's never going to open up and tell you exactly how they feel and what they're going through, and they're not going to be vulnerable with you. Especially if you're not listening and you're just telling them what to do all the time. Listening is the most important thing in life. How is anybody ever going to be able to tell you how they're really feeling if you can't listen to them? It reminded me of this chapter in my book, I once had this, it's called The Pickle and the Cucumber. And I once met a girl in a mental institution. I think her name was Courtney. And it was in Missouri somewhere. And I was in the mental institution with her for about 17 days. We were lifers. A lot of people come into the mental institution for 2 days and they leave. But me and Courtney, we were there together for like 17 days. And so we fell in love. I've had so many romantic relationships in mental institutions. But then when I leave, they never work out because the person just goes back into their trauma and they're back in their real life, and it's just very hard. But in the mental institution, you fall in love very quickly because you are the same mind. You are so like-minded. I often tell people when they read my book, they write me afterwards and they tell me that it's mind-blowing how much they think that I'm writing about them. Like when they're reading the pages, it feels like they're reading about, like when they're reading my ebook, it's like they're reading their own journal, or it's like they're like I'm writing about them, not me, and if that makes sense. And so I often tell people when they tell me that that my book is like having like a mental institution best friend in your hand. It's like having a mental institution best friend in your hand. And so Courtney, in the mental institution, she said to me, my mom, I don't think she loves me. She never listens to me. And I don't think she cares about me. And she wants me to be a pickle. And she wants me to be a pickle. But I'm not a pickle. I'm a cucumber. And no matter how hard I try to be a pickle, I just can't be a pickle because I'm a cucumber. And I don't think I'll ever be able to be a pickle. But if I can't be a pickle, my mom will never love me, and I know she won't love me until I become a pickle, but I can't be a pickle. And she had a nervous breakdown because she was still living at home, and her mom was driving her crazy, and she didn't feel like her mom loved her. And and a pickle is pretty much like an average person with an average brain that plays soccer and goes to a nice college and marries a beautiful husband and gets an SUV and has beautiful children and has a beautiful house, and that's a pickle. And Courtney was a cucumber, and she was like me. She was suicidal. She had social anxiety. People scared her. She had paranoia. She wasn't cool. She wasn't accepted. She didn't fit in that school. She was weird. She was odd. To societal average person standards, and her mom wanted her to be the average person pickle. And I don't know what chapter that is, but it's a beautiful chapter. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for everything. I hope you're having a great day. And thank you again. All right, have fun.